You're live. That's what the computer tells me. So, welcome everybody. My name is Katie Tombaugh. I'm the founder of Wellness Collective, and I am here every Friday. I call it Free Fitness Friday, offering a total body conditioning workout that you can do just about anywhere. Every time I log on, it probably looks like I'm a little somewhere different. I do rotate between home gym. This is our conference room at the office. Sometimes I use a spare office. So it just kind of reiterates that you can really do this from anywhere. This is, again, a free offering. I have other options throughout the week for my employer groups. Also, I have a virtual fit club that anybody is welcome to join. But I hope you enjoy this. Again, I want to make it low barrier to get your workout in. I do think you'll be sore tomorrow. That's come up conversationally with a couple of folks. We use body weight and we use dumbbells. A few other housekeeping things. In a minute here, I'll get my space ready. Fun fact, YouTube doesn't let you preview your space or your view until you go live. So I can never tell what the camera is going to show for you all. So I have to make some tweaks, I think, to the space so it'll work. So grab your water, grab your dumbbells. I say this often, but I'll reiterate, footwear is optional. Assuming you have a safe space, you can just be in socks on a sticky mat. I like how that feels. Lots of benefit to that as well. I do think you'll want something to drink. And you'll want some music that gets you going. Due to music licensing, I cannot stream amazing music for you. So you'll need to do that for yourself. So let's just take a minute to get ourselves set up, each of us, and we'll get going here. Get my microphone in place. All right. I think we're getting close here. I always have to make sure I'm going to stay in frame. So this space is maybe a little tricky. Next time I'll set it up just a little bit different. But we are going to get started with our warm-up. I think one other thing I do want to offer up is that you can use the chat. So if there's something you'd like to tell me, if you want to give feedback, if you want to make a joke, anything goes in the chat. So let's get warmed up. We're going to have feet hip width apart. We sit back into a squat. We reach up overhead. Once you get the flow of this, I'm going to invite you to add a calf raise at the top. So weight in the heels, weight in the toes, heels, toes. I like this demand of going back and forth in the foot, right? So you have to have a certain amount of control to go heels down and then balls of the feet. The heels are down so we can drive through the seat muscles, work the calves on the calf raise. Here we go. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. I joke that we hang out at my favorite place, which is the bottom of a squat. Make your elbows nice and wide. It's inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze and pull for 10, 9. I won't count every rep. That's annoying. Breathe. Abs in. Last 3 here. And come on up. Just round that spine. Tuck. Couple shoulder rolls for 4, 3, 2. That's 1. Reach those arms out wide. Abs are tight. Just start circling back, reaching through those fingertips. Warming up shoulders, getting blood flowing. Good reminder that a warm-up should be dynamic. That means you keep moving. So if you're ever working out with someone and they're holding a stretch for you to warm up, that's not the goal. Stretching comes at the end. Here we go, reverse. Keep going for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, relax those arms. From here, bring your feet together. Option number 1 is a modified jumping jack. Option number 2, you're gonna go ahead and join me here. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's go 10 more. And shake it out. Last thing we'll do are some hamstring curls. So if you're the typical corporate athlete, probably been sitting all day. So you're gonna tuck your heel back to your seat. Really tuck it back. Just side to side, heel to seat. Here for 10, 9, and rest. Good. Just open your chest, expanding it. Round your back, interlace your fingers, flip, press the arms up and out. And again, shoulders roll back and down. I can always determine if my warm-up is effective because I'll have to peel out basically right afterwards. Go ahead and fetch a dumbbell or two. We're going to take a sumo squat here that's weighted or loaded. So grab either what's available to you or whatever you think is the best fit for training legs. I'm going to hold the dumbbell end to end. Toes are slightly turned out. Go ahead and take a practice rep. It should feel like you can keep your chest up, knees and thighs wide. Unlike a squat, we don't tip forward, right? We just stay vertical in the spine. So we're here for 15 reps. Go and join me. Breathing. Keep going. 5 more here. But wait, there's more. We don't end there. 3, 2, go on, stay at the bottom. Little pulses here. Down and down for 8, 7, 6. Keep going. And rest. Awesome job. Shake it out. Next, we are going into an alternating overhead press. I'm going to hug the wall, so hopefully I stay in frame. Yeah. Okay. So you're going to pick a weight that's appropriate to press overhead, and we alternate presses. I'm grabbing 10s because that's what's best and most available to me. So feet hip width apart, soft knees. I want you to tuck your tailbone because that activates your core. We press the arms up and we alternate, bend and press. The reason for this, one arm is pressing obviously, but the other arm is stabilizing. Anticipate you're warming up. I am. But this is way better than the home gym that's like 35 degrees right now. So because I'm talking so much, my rep counting is a little sus. So we're going to go by how hard it becomes, how much it burns. You obviously can take a break when you need to take a break. I'm thinking we go 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. When it comes to how many reps, obviously depends how much load you have. But if you get to the end of a set and you're feeling like, man, I could do this forever, then keep going and or pick up heavier weights. So we are going to pair this with a single arm row. I am going to suggest that you have something for balance. So I'm going to demonstrate with a chair. So we've done this a few different ways. You know, sometimes my more advanced folks, I just have you do this without holding on to anything. Sometimes we do 2 arms. I'm going to suggest some support today and single arm so we can really focus on the quality of the leg lift and some good core activation. So 1 hand weight, something to hold. It's the wall or a chair. The back leg is up. Let me get myself into a little better position. Abs are tight. Squeeze and reset. Squeeze the seat on the lifted leg. We do lots of variations of this theme. One of my favorites. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. So even as a trainer, checking out my form, I was watching one of the last videos. I didn't like my form. I was like, Katie, you could be in a better position. So hence the chair. It's going to allow me to get into a little better position. From here, other leg up. So it's same arm as lifted leg. 12 reps. Belly button lifts. Exhale, pull. Two more. And rest. Good. So hopefully what you're discovering is that we're really very rarely in my workouts working one thing in isolation. We're trying to work many things. I'm going to clear my view, have you get a drink. Generally, I will do 2 or 3 exercises in a row, rest, and repeat. If you were doing this workout on your own and wanted to make it harder, you would potentially do 3 to 4 rounds. But because this is an express workout and I'm teaching, as I'm talking, it's educational, we're going to do 2 sets. You can always squeeze in more work while I'm blabbering. Here we go. To catch my breath when I talk and exercise at the same time. Good. Make sure you are working at the lowest point possible for your body. You should not feel anything in your knees. This is opening the top of the hip. Feel some inner thighs. Keep going. Good. We're here for 3, 2, 1, and hold. We're going to lift and lower a foot, or I should say a heel. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Get that booty down a couple of inches. We're here for 10, 9, warming up the thighs, 6, 5, very good, and come on. It's my job to get you into the hardest version sometimes. So go ahead and fetch your weights. We are going to get this weight pressed up overhead. Form reminders, feet hip width apart, soft knees, tuck your tailbone, letter W, overhead press, alternating here. I do suggest you really stretch that elbow. In fitness, it's kind of a no-no to say lock out because you tell someone to lock out and they might forcefully kind of lock out the joint or hyperextend. And some of us are just built that way. We're naturally hyperextended. So our body goes beyond straight, which is real fun to manage. But I do really want your elbow to get straight. Woo, are we warming up? Let's have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Always keep the weight close to you on the lowering down. I'm going to fetch the chair. You'll do the same or grab a wall or whatever. Try not to knock over my water. That's the goal. I'm going to go a little bit more like straight side, which is good to see what's really going on. Okay, here we are. Fold it in half. Free up same leg as arm. And here we go. Pull and pull. The back initiates the work. The arm follows along. It is not an arm exercise. It's a back exercise. Squeeze your booty on the lifting leg. Hopefully your standing leg's getting tired too. 2 more here. And relax. Hand it over. Second side. All right. I'm going to come a little closer so I'm a little more stacked. Okay. Freeing up that leg. Pull and pull. You know, we're using the chair for balance. Bottom arm does not have to be perfectly stacked under you, but it might just feel better. because your arm could be more forward, especially if you're using the wall. You have no choice. Woo, I'm sweating. Not complaining though. Home gym was so cold earlier this week. One more here. And rest. Awesome job. Set that down. We're going to clear our space. Grab a drink. I do not like how my mat is set up, so I'm going to fix it. Okay, catch your breath. And we're moving on. I'm going to suggest for the next exercise that you either have no weight or very light weight. So we'll be taking stationary squat, lateral raise, do side, straight side, squat, frontal raise to these front corners. So we do not need a lot of weight when we have a long lever away from the body like this. And we're hitting the shoulders 2 different angles. So when you're ready, squat, T, squat, V. Here, my palms face the floor. Here, my palms face each other. Breathing. Anytime you do arms and legs together, heart rate goes way up. I can feel it in my body. Let's go 4 more. 4, push. 3, arms are pushing, legs are pulling, or arms are pulling. 1, and done. Good job. Set that down. All right. We are coming down, and I want to take a push-up next. Oh, I know what I want to do. I actually want to do so. I was like, I'm not doing this in the right order. It's all from memory. What I actually want to do next is a deadlift variation, and then we'll do push-ups. So this way our heart rate comes down a little bit. Push-ups will set it back up. So I am going to suggest you grab your heavier weight. I'm going to show you a couple different angles. So this turned out wide position that we used for the plie squat will be used for this deadlift. We did this maybe a month ago. People were sore for days. You're welcome. Externally rotating the legs like this and the thighs hits the hamstrings very differently. So you're wide and turned out. You're going to do a flat back forward. You'll know that you're folding from the hip crease with a nice flat back because you will feel an appropriate pull in the hamstrings without even any weight. So if you're doing it correctly, chest out, bum out, nice hamstring pull. What we do is we take our weights, we reach out over the toes, and then they skim the body, come back up. So from the side, looks like this, flat back, reach out over the toes, and come back up. This is pulling in, navel's pulling to spine. Grab your heavier weights, unless you are unable to stretch your hamstrings in that way, in which case you might want to modify. So I'll take this set facing you, and then I'll make a change next time. So we skim the body, flare the arms, and come back up. So by doing this, kind of tap into our back, lats, shoulders a little differently. Woo, my heart rate's still up. Oh, my calves are on fire. I don't know if that's dance class earlier or this workout. So we'll go 3, 2, 1, and done. Awesome job. I'm just going to take a peek at the screen real quick. Okay, cool. All right, push-ups are next. The hardest thing about coaching push-ups is there's a lot of different capabilities and confidence levels. I'm all tangled here, I will say, when it comes to push-ups. So I'm going to be teaching today what I call a traveling push-up. So just bear with me. We're going to be about shoulder width apart. We'll travel, meaning move one hand, lower into the push-up. As you recover from the push-up, you push off, collect the arms back under the shoulders. You're going to travel the other arm, bend, push off, and come back. So essentially home base looks more like a plank, and then you're traveling right arm and left arm and pausing through the middle. So I'm going to face the camera. Hopefully this angle works. And I'm going to be on my, let's see, that's not a good angle. I think I have to go this way. I'm going to be on my knees so that I can kind of go slow and show you what I'm doing. So core nice and tight. You can be up here, obviously. I'm going to modify so I can talk and go slow. I'm going to open up the left hand, bend, push off, reset in the center. Open up that right hand, bend, push off, reset in the center. Open, bend, push, open, bend, push. Keep going. If this push off is just too much, guess what? I'll demonstrate it. You can just stay here, 2 hands down, and knock out a set of push-ups. I'm going to take some up on my toes. Push off. One more each side. And rest. Good. So I did not give you strong coaching on what to do with your elbows, so don't overthink it. They're not overly wide and they're not super tight. So it's just kind of a comfortable grip. Let the elbow just kind of go wherever it goes naturally. All right, grab a drink. There's a lot of teaching on that round, so I'm going to try to go a little quicker. So we will have squat letter T, squat letter V, deadlift, dumbbell deadlift turned out, externally rotated, and then our traveling push-up alternating side to side. I like to encourage you to play a little game called What's Next? And you try to remember by your big girl, big boy self, what comes next. So I'm going to go sideways. Toes are turned out, abs are tight, flat back reach, and recover. Ten to 12 reps here. Oh, I just went in the wrong order. Oh, well, that happens. No problem. You're probably like, Katie's not doing it in the right order that she just said. Oh, well. Four, three, woo, 2, hamstrings are warming up, and rest. Good job. So since I went in the wrong order, we'll rewind and do squat T, squat V. So for what it's worth, there is a lot to remember and think about and do when you coach or teach group fitness. And I will say it feels amplified when it's live and online. Okay, catch your breath. Hopefully I'm not panting in the microphone here. We drop down, squat, push the legs, T, squat, V. Keep going. Chest up at the bottom of the squat. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Good job. Set those down. Next is our traveling push-up. We start in our neutral position. We open up. We bend and push off. So you can be on your knees, around your toes. I'll show both. I'd like you to notice that even when we're modified on the knees, there's no sagging hips and belly. So this is the heaviest part of the body, especially for women. So we leave it up a little bit. Core tight, open, bend, push off, reset. Open, bend, push off, reset. Keep going. I'm gonna come up on my toes. One more each side. And rest. Stretch your back. Might even feel good to round your back. And come up. Awesome job. All right. We're going to grab a drink. On to the next thing. So per usual, we are going to do a lunge variation today. If you're someone that experiences pain in your knees, I do believe over time, I can work with you to improve that. Might not be today. So your options, if you're unable to lunge, or to do a squat instead. Try to get creative. Otherwise, you can hold on to something which might help you with your form. We are going to take a stationary squat. So you're going to have a stationary lunge. Some people call it a split squat. You're going to have one leg forward, one leg back. We tuck the hips slightly. We drive straight down, and we're going to drive through the heel and come back up. Now, you can make it more challenging by pushing off and stepping in and out of it. You can make it more challenging by lifting the leg to the back, lifting the leg to the front. You have all the options. What I don't always do in this class is add the arms, because I'm really focused on form. But we've been at this long enough. So if you want to, you can grab some light weight and we'll add some arm choreography today. I guess sometimes I do this, but not always. So split stance, front foot flat, back foot ball the foot, tuck the hips. I'm going to drop straight down, and then today, hammer curl. So palms are in, just curl to your shoulders. Chest up. $11, $12. Good. Hold at the bottom for me. Pull your weights in and up, chest up and open. Pulse 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Weights into your chest and down. I'm simply going to turn so you can see the working leg. Again, anytime we add arms and legs together, you are going to feel your heart rate more and different. So go ahead and turn. Well, you don't need to turn. I need to turn. You need to step your other foot forward. I'm going to turn so you can see my working leg. Split stance, tuck tailbone. Again, it's a misnomer, right? We don't lunge forward. I joke these should be called drops. So you're going to drop straight down. Down and curl. Down, hammer curl. Stationary lunge with hammer curl. Isometric hold at the end with pulsing action. Three, 2, 1. Down and hold. Tuck these arms in. Press them up. Chest open. Down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Weights in close to the body and down. So that's just a little safety tip. Anytime we're transitioning with heavy weight, we stay in this narrow plane. We're not swinging the weights around. Okay, so next we are going to take a tricep kickback or triceps kickback. So I will get you into a flat back folded over position. We'll have the weights in close to the body. It's a kickback, straight elbow, straight wrist at the top, and release to go again. So I do both arms at the same time. I have light weight. I'll give you a little fun at the end. So feet hip width apart. I think I'll go straight side. Soft knees, flat back forward, elbows in, arms close to the body, kick it back, release, out, release. The entire time, Abs are lifted. You are hugging the upper arm into the body. You're squeezing the back of the arm. It sounds like a weird cue, but you want the back of your arm to feel tight and almost like a squeezing action on the straightening. Let's do one more and hold it. Squeeze your arms in for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Now I will count periodically when it's like that pulsing business because I feel like it gives you hope, right? Like you know when the end is in sight. So I'm going to grab a drink. We have to do this one more round. Then we'll get into some accessory work and core. And then I always cool you down as well. Do my best to do this in the proper order. Stationary lunge with hammer curl. Split stance when you're ready. Strong pelvic tilt. Chest open. You can always go without weight. Legs, arms. 12 reps. Awesome posture at the bottom. Two more. Go ahead, down and hold. Tuck it in. Press it up. We're here. 10, 9. Accent down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I think I skipped one. Do an extra. And push off. Good job. Breathe in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Why is that? It's more calming to the system. When you breathe through your mouth entirely, it's anxiety provoking. Sometimes we have to catch our breath, but not ideal. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Here we go. Now, I kind of bobbled there because I'm changing my focus. So to help with balance, it does help to look the same way and to stare at something. But I want to check out the view here, see what's going on in the stream. Down and hold, in and up. Pulse it 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. You'll notice I always remind accent down because that's where the work happens, is lower. The rest happens higher. People tend to change it to make it easier, and they'll pulse accent up. So accent down. Tricep kickbacks are next. I had this feedback from a client, and I hope you agree. Someone who was watching said, I appreciate that you do explain some things, why we're doing it, what makes it effective. So yeah, I have this listed as education because my goal is not just to follow the leader, but to teach you how to exercise so that when and if you're on your own, you know what to do and how to do it, and you feel confident and you get awesome results. 4, 3, 2, out and hold it, squeezing in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Set this down. We're on to next. We are coming down to the floor. If you are on a hard surface, I do think you'll want to make it more inviting. So if you have a mat, you'll actually fold it in half or even in thirds. Way more comfortable. All right, here we are. So we are in what I call upright kneeling. You fetch one lighter weight. One of my training strengths, I think, is I put you in a lot of different orientations or positions. So this is called upright kneeling. You then free up a leg. Whichever leg is straight, that arm grabs the weight. The other arm is coming down to the floor to support you. If your wrist is bothering you, make a fist, okay? Tuck those hips forward, hang your arm in front of your chest. It does feel a little awkward. Pull straight up until your arms are stacked, and you lower with control. 10 reps. Four more. Hopefully you feel your core kicking in a little bit. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Go ahead and set that weight down. I am going to have you sweep up overhead. Get a really nice side stretch. Bring that hand to your hip. Bring yourself up. We go up and over to the back leg or the straight leg, which doesn't feel as awesome, but here we are. Good. We come back over. This is just a little rest for your wrist. We come back over, hand or fist, for some hip abduction work, okay? So back up and over we go. We're on the inside edge of the foot. We lift and lower. 10 reps. Try to hold it at the top. Pulse 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, that's 1. Good. Now, the most common thing I hear is, Katie, my leg doesn't do that. Okay, a couple things might be going on. We all have a different range of motion in our pelvis. That said, it'll get better over time. When this gluteus medius, side of the hip and seat gets stronger and is able to pull the leg up against gravity. Second side, other leg out, up and over, find the floor, tuck your hips under, arm hangs in front of your chest. Ladies, it is admittedly a little awkward. Pull it up and down with control. Four more here. 4, 3, it's called a Powell raise, in case I didn't say it. And rest, good job. That arm puts the dumbbell down. It immediately sweeps up overhead. Lift your waistline, obliques, ribs up. Little curved action up to the ceiling. Hand to your hip, use your abs, up and over other way. And we go into part 2. Up and over, free up that leg. So I kind of come onto the inside edge of the foot and I lift and lower. Up and hold, pulse 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. The second thing I hear most commonly is, oh my gosh, my hip is cramping. Other choice words, my bleep is cramping. Yeah, it will. So what you can do is the bent bottom leg, instead of keeping it knee forward, toes back, you can turn out your thigh slightly and swing your ankle around, and that might take the pressure off there. Now, because of time, I am going to get us going on the first side. We're going to knock out right and left again. I could say, oh, I wish I had more time for core work, but to be honest, core work has been inherent this entire workout. So we're going to go back to the first side, leg out, support yourself, arm hangs, and pull it up for 10. Seven, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Set that down. Nice side bend. Hand to your hip, use your obliques to come up, reverse the stretch. Immediately reset. Come onto the inside edge of the foot and lift for 10. 4, 3, 2, we're up and pulse, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release, good. Bring yourself up. Go ahead and set up on the other side. I have to look at something. Okay, that's what I thought. I need a producer to help me. Up and over. Arm hangs. Here we go. Oh, my hand's not stacked very well. Up. Two more. Awesome job. Set that down. Graceful stretch. Ooh, that feels good. And reverse. Next is hip abduction. When we abduct something, we take it away. Taking the leg away from the midline of the body. Up and hold, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Up we go. All right. Time's a clicking. I know I lose a little bit of time out the gate with kind of announcements and housekeeping, but I do try to end by like 12:47, 12:48, so that if you do have a 1 o'clock, you can get it together in time for that. That said, I feel negligent if we don't do adult tummy time. So come onto your belly, feet apart, arms wide, extend the spine, get your stretch on. We need adult tummy time because we sit at our desks. You know, babies get tummy time. I don't know if you know this, but the whole point is to bring core awareness and strengthen their spine and their postural muscles. It's critical developmentally. And guess what? Adults need it too, or there are some risks and consequences that come with it. So here we are. Arms overhead. We're going to lift opposite arm to leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Good. Tuck those arms in under your chin like a pillow. We're going to lift everything up off the floor, abs tight. Squeeze your seat. Start fluttering your legs for 10, 9 straight knees, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Press that floor away. Sit back. Stretch the low back. Good, good, good. We turn to face one another. We step the legs very wide. My mat feels a little slippery, but make it work. Fold yourself in half. Walk the hands forward. Reach one arm up and look at it. You might feel this in the opposite inner thigh. And switch. Very good. Walk your hands over to one foot. I like to bend that opposite elbow toward the mat. Same thing, other side. Hands walk forward, heel toe in. Feet right under the hips, soft knees. Release the top of the head, round the spine to come up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Shoulder roll back. Catch your balance. Use the wall or chair if you need it. Tuck the foot back. Quad stretch. We stay on the same side. Release that foot, leg extension to the front, cross ankle to thigh, squeeze your back. Sit back, imaginary chair, thigh open, bum back. So I'm folded at my hip like a single leg squat, literally. Open this hip as much as you can. You can even press it. And we're gonna, this hip and booty will say thank you. Here we go. Other side. Balance, tuck, stretch. Extend, cross and sit. I joke that when you're 90 years old, you can tie your shoe, you can do all the cool things and be safe. Good job, feet apart. Big breath in, reach up. Think of making your waistline an inch longer, reach back. Open the chest. Widen the arms, pull it back. And then again, tuck and round. Flip your grip, cat stretch. Press to the ceiling. Circle your wrists for 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, the fun is over. I have a sweat mustache. Maybe you can let me know if you do too. So what do I want to say? I want to say thank you for being here. I see a couple people here live with me. My hope is that this grows over time. So there are a few simple things you could do to help this out and help us to build a community here. Invite your friends, your family to this class. It's very easy to subscribe, add likes if you like the content. Subscribing is free. I do think when people are new to YouTube, it's maybe not super intuitive. So I do encourage you to help people find it. And if you have feedback for me, that's great. You can always use the chat. I do think another way to spread the word about this would be, especially for our audience, on LinkedIn. Because guess what? There's like hundreds and thousands, if not millions, of people sitting at their desk all day, every day, and they want to work out and they can't quite figure it out. So we're here to help them figure it out. Yay. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Bobby. Good to see you here. Tell me how sore you are tomorrow. And guys, thanks so much. I'll see you next time. Have a great, great weekend.